Tonight on the America's Car-Mart Football Report, the weather might be cooling off, but the high school football action is heating up. This week, a lot of big games with conference championships on the line. Take Central Arkansas, where Cabot clashes with Bryant and Mills tangles with Joe T. Robinson. Or if you're in the Northwest, Farmington at Shiloh Christian and Charleston at Boonville are colossal contests. Last week, it took a 2-point conversion in overtime for Bentonville to escape against Fayetteville. I'm David Wallace, expecting more of that kind of thing this Friday. A dozen teams are still unbeaten, plus 3 unbeatens in 8-man. 22 are still seeking their first win. The America's Car-Mart Football Report starts now. Barry Groom slides in to analyze the most intriguing matchups. Of course, we'll have all the picks over the next half hour as the games get more serious, working our way toward the playoffs. Let's tee it up and kick it off in Class 7A with a look at the Hootens.com rankings. And they begin with the Bryant Hornets, still unbeaten, but playing their toughest 2 conference games in the final 3 weeks. Cabot is number 2. The Panthers' only loss was at Ruston, Louisiana this year. Conway is 6-1, and the Wampus Cats' only loss was to Cabot. They're number 3, followed by Bentonville at 4, Bentonville West at 5. Rogers is 6. The Mounties are in the hunt for at least a share of the 7A West. Fayetteville stays at number 7 after that overtime loss to Bentonville. Then you have North Little Rock at 8, Fort Smith Northside at 9, and Fort Smith Southside moving into the top 10 after beating Heritage last week by 26 points. Well, Hootens.com has done pretty well in Class 7A this year, 80% on the season, including 7 of 8 games in Class 7A last week. Let's see how our picks do this time. In the 7A Central, number 1 Bryant welcoming number 2 Cabot. As you probably guessed, that's the 7A game of the week, and Bryant is the pick. Number 3 Conway goes to Little Rock Central, and Conway is a big favorite in that one. Number 9 Fort Smith Northside is the pick at home against number 8 North Little Rock, and Hootens.com likes Jonesboro at home against Little Rock Southwest. Now to the 7A West, your picks are number 4 Bentonville at home over 6th ranked Rogers. Number 5 Bentonville West is the pick at Rogers Heritage. Number 7 Fayetteville gets the nod at home over Springdale. And Hootens.com likes 10th ranked Fort Smith Southside at Harbor. Okay, Barry, those are the 7A picks. Which games stand out to you?
Well, David, the big game this week has to be number 2 Cabot at number 1 Bryant. Both teams come off easy victories a week ago. Bryant going for its 49th consecutive win against an in-state opponent.
All right, let's move on over to Class 6A now, and the top 2 are the same. The changes begin after that. The top 2 are unbeaten Pulaski Academy at number 1 and Greenwood at number 2. That's followed by Little Rock Catholic, undefeated at 7-0 and moving up 1 spot to number 3. Lake Hamilton is down 1-4 after losing at Greenwood. Then you have Benton 5th, Little Rock Christian up 1 to number 6. Marion is also up 1 after beating 8th-ranked West Memphis last week. 9 is El Dorado, and then Russellville rounding out the top 10. In 6A, Hootens.com 82% on the year in Class 6A, including 8 of 9 selections last week. Here are your picks for this week. In the 6A East, the road team is favored in every game this week in this conference. Number 3, Little Rock Christian, traveling to Jacksonville is the pick. Number 5, Benton is a big favorite at Searcy, and 7th-ranked Marion gets the nod at Sheridan. Number 8, West Memphis is your favorite at Greene County Tech, and Hootens.com is going with 9th-ranked El Dorado at Sylvan Hills. 5 games, in all of them, the visitor is the pick. A little bit weird. You get just the opposite in the 6A West, as the home team is picked in every game there, including number 1 Pulaski Academy welcoming Greenbrier. Number 2, Greenwood at home against Russellville. Number 6, Little Rock Christian, the favorite at home against Van Buren. And Mountain Home welcoming Siloam Springs is another home favorite. All right, Barry, what about 6A?
Well, David, that Siloam Springs Mountain Home game is interesting because one of those teams has to get their first win of the season. And another big one is El Dorado at Sylvan Hills. El Dorado, the defending state champion, manhandled Sheridan last week. Sylvan Hills started the season 0-5, but then beat Sheridan and Searcy to get into playoff contention.
And we return in a moment on the America's Car-Mart Football Report to look at Class 5A.
can't wait for kickoff. Man, it's time for some football. I'm Chad Hooten for America's Car-Mart. If you're headed to the game, just remember that America's Car-Mart is all in for Arkansas high school football. And when you shop at America's Car-Mart, they're all in for you. From purchase to payoff, Car-Mart will work with you and your individual situation. It's personal for Car-Mart. Just go see for yourself why Car-Mart is different from all the rest. You can stay connected by following Car-Mart on social media or online at car-mart.com. America's Car-Mart, keeping you on the road and good neighbors in our communities. Coming up next, more from the America's Car-Mart football studios. David Wallace and the Hootens crew with more rankings, analysis, and predictions next on the America's Car-Mart football report.
Not all college ends with a bachelor's degree. There are shorter-term programs that help students get to work in a profession they love. Best of all, Arkansas needs qualified workers in these high-demand fields: healthcare, industry manufacturing, and information technology. There are scholarships such as Arkansas Workforce Challenge and Our Future that will help pay for classes. Apply today at scholarships.adhe.edu.
Okay, I gotta pick up some beef for the cookout. Now what's good?
Let Tony make the call.
Tony Romo? What are you doing in a butcher shop?
Just something I picked up in the off-season. What's up?
I'm on my way to a barbecue. What should I bring?
Steaks, hamburgers, brisket?
Are those my choices?
That's your order. Beef is the best way to make your cookouts extraordinary this summer.
Thanks, Tony.
Another satisfied customer. All right, who's next? Beef. It's what's for dinner. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers.
We're back in the America's Car-Mart Football Report studios, and we move on to Class 5A now, where the top five in the Hootens.com rankings are the same from a week ago, and they are Little Rock Parkview at number 1, Joe T. Robinson number 2, Shiloh Christian is 3, Camden Fairview is 4, and Mills unbeaten 7-0 at number 5. Then some changes as Farmington moves up 2 spots to number 6. Hot Springs all the way up from 13th to 7th after beating Magnolia. Prairie Grove jumps 2 spots to number 8. Then you have Nettleton at 9 and Valley View up 1 and back into the top 10. Hootens.com record in Class 5A also 82% on the year, including 14 of 16 last week. In the 5A Central this week, we've got number 2 Joe T. Robinson. At number 5, Mills. Hootens.com going with Robinson, the visiting team there. Maumelle is home and favored over Watson Chapel. Hootens.com picks Pine Bluff at home over Marlton, and Whitehall over visiting Vilonia in what could be a really close game. To the 5A East, the picks are number 9, Nettleton, welcoming Forest City. Number 10, Valley View at home, favored over Southside. Batesville playing host to Brooklyn. Now, Batesville has beaten Brooklyn the past 2 seasons by a combined 55-14. Hootens.com thinks the Pioneers will get it done again and win as a favorite at Paragould. Okay, Barry, let's get some analysis on those 2 conferences.
With Joe T. Robinson at Mills is a big one. Robinson knocked Mills out of the Class 4A playoffs each of the past 2 seasons. This year they meet in the regular season in Class 5A, and it's for a conference championship. Mills looking for the first 8-0 start in school history.
Thanks, Bear. Let's go to the 5A South now. Number 1, Little Rock Parkview travels to South Arkansas to face Magnolia. Hootens.com thinks the Patriots will stay at number 1. Number 4, Camden Fairview in a rivalry game welcomes the Hope Bobcats. Hootens.com picking the Cardinals of Fairview. 7th-ranked Hot Springs is a favorite over Texarkana. That game at the Trojans' home field, and Hot Springs Lakeside is a home favorite over DeQueen. Now to the 5A West, number 3, Shiloh Christian, playing host to number 6, Farmington. Close game alert here, but Hootens.com likes the Saints of Shiloh Christian. 8th-ranked Prairie Grove is a favorite at Alma. Hootens.com is going with Harrison at home over Dardanelle, and Pea Ridge at home over Clarksville. Barry?
With Farmington at Shiloh Christian will decide the 5A West Championship. Farmington has 1 conference loss. Shiloh Christian's won 26 straight conference games dating back to 2017.
All right, and we're back on the America's Car-Mart Football Report after this.
Okay, David, sounds like some great games this week. I'm Chad Hooten with Hooten's Arkansas Football for America's Car-Mart. And just like all the hard-working high school football players, the folks at Car-Mart work hard to keep you on the road. Car-Mart knows that buying a vehicle is a big decision, and that's why they take selling you a vehicle very seriously. When you shop at Car-Mart, they're there for you. Car-Mart cares about you and your vehicle ownership. You know what? You can save time at the dealership by starting your car buying journey online at car-mart.com. It's America's Car-Mart, keeping you on the road. That's their pledge to you. And coming up next, more from the America's Car-Mart Football Report studios. David and the Hootens gang with analysis of more matchups and those crystal ball predictions. Next on the America's Car-Mart Football Report.
Going to college may not look the same as it has before, but you have the power to move forward. There are over 1,000 hands-on or online programs in Arkansas designed to put you to work, and they qualify for state scholarships and grants. Healthcare, education, computer technology, industry technology, and more. Take your next step forward. Visit explorearcareers.com with instructions about how to apply.
Hey everyone, it's Tony Romo, and I'm here to remind you that it's grilling season. And how do you make those summer cookouts extraordinary? With beef. Whether you're slow roasting ribs or throwing a couple of hamburgers on the grill, some top sirloin kebabs, or, wait, what was I saying again? Oh yeah, set your grilling season on fire this year with beef. Beef, it's what's for dinner. For more ideas, visit beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers.
Don't miss the return of Nighthawk Athletics this fall at National Park College in Hot Springs. With baseball, softball, cross country, men and women's basketball, and newly added men and women's soccer, Nighthawk Nation has something for every sports fan in the Spa City. Cheer on the Nighthawks this season as NPC competes for an NJCAA Region 2 championship and continues to make sports history here in Hot Springs. For more information, visit np.edu/athletics. Get 'em Hawks!
You're listening to a public service announcement from the Arkansas Attorney General. Parents, would you let your child get in a car with someone you don't know or spend the night with a stranger? If you don't know who your children are texting and gaming with on their phones, you could be allowing dangerous people into your home and their bedrooms. Be informed, and together let's protect our kids. Let your Attorney General do the fighting for you. Call 800-482-8982 or visit arkansasag.gov.
David Wallace back with you on the America's Car-Mart Football Report. America's Car-Mart keeping you on the road. And we're keeping you up to date with all the picks in high school football. Let's move to Class 4A and look at the Hootens.com rankings, the top 10. And 7 of the top 10, the top 7, remain the same from a week ago. Number 1, Arkadelphia, and number 2, Harding Academy, are both unbeaten at 6-0. At number 3, you have Warren, followed by Star City. Both of those teams have dropped one game. So have the Malvern Leopards, number 5 this week. The Leopards, though, haven't lost to an in-state team this year. Stuttgart is 6, followed by Pocahontas at 7. Harmony Grove Haskell is unbeaten and 1 win away from its first ever conference title. Haskell is 8 this week. The McGee Owls are 9th and followed by Ozark at number 10. 87% for Hootens.com in Class 4A on the season. Let's run down the picks for this week in the 1-4A. You've got a close game here. Number 10, Ozark, is the pick, but just a skinny pick at Elkins. This one could decide the conference championship. Gentry is a favorite at home over Lincoln. Hootens.com likes Grab It Big at home over Green Forest. And Huntsville is favored over Berryville, that game in Huntsville. In the 2-4A, number 2, Harding Academy is home, welcoming Riverview, and the Wildcats are favored in a big way. Number 6, Stuttgart is favored at Heber Springs, and Hootens.com likes Lone Oak at Bald Knob. In the 3-4A now, number 7, Pocahontas welcomes Jonesboro Westside, and Hootens.com is going with the Redskins at home. Blytheville is a home favorite over Truman. Gosnell welcomes Rivercrest. This one could be very close. Hootens.com likes Gosnell, and Highland is a favorite at home over Harrisburg. All right, Barry, those are the first 3 conferences in 4A. Which games stand out to you?
Well, David, Rivercrest is at Gosnell, and this is big for playoff seedings out of the 3-4A. Rivercrest has won 3 straight conference games since losing to Pocahontas in Week 4, and the next week, Gosnell played a tight one with Pocahontas. Should be a good game.
All right, let's move on then in 4-4A. None of these teams are ranked in the top 10. Bauxite is a favorite at Mayflower. Hootens.com likes Clinton at Pottsville. CAC is home to Dover, and the Mustangs are picked. And Lamar is a big favorite at Little Rock Hall. In the 7-4A, now number 1 Arkadelphia, the favorite at Ashdown. Hootens.com likes Nashville at Waldron in a blowout. And Mena is favorite at Lafayette County. In the 8-4A, here are the picks. Number 3, Warren over Monticello. That game at the Billy's home field. Number 4, Star City, a favorite at Hamburg. McGee travels to Dumas, should win big. And Crossit is a favorite at Helena. That's another conference where all the road teams are picked. Barry, what do you got on those conferences?
Warren at Monticello is a big game. The winner of this rivalry gets a 146-pound trophy. It's called the Saline River Shootout. And Coach Bo Embry is 19-2-1 all-time against Monticello.
We're heading to the fourth quarter and Class 3A on the America's Car-Mart Football Report.
All right, David, getting a little closer to kickoff. I'm Chad Hooten for America's Car-Mart, keeping you on the road. It's America's Car-Mart, and they will do all they can to keep you on the road. America's Car-Mart makes it easy to buy. They offer affordable, quality vehicles, low down payments, plus optional service contracts to offer a little peace of mind. And if you're credit challenged, America's Car-Mart is the place for you. Affordable used vehicles with low down payments, flexible payment plans. It's America's Car-Mart, keeping you on the road. And coming up next, it's more of the America's Car-Mart Football Report.
Exciting news for Arkansas students. Our team at the Arkansas Division of Higher Education has been hard at work to improve your scholarship application experience. So starting after October 1st, you will no longer log on to the Universal application to apply for and manage your scholarship applications. Instead, you will be going to SAMS, our scholarship application management system. Don't worry though, our team of financial aid experts will be there to help you navigate our revamped application process. So go ahead and start researching your financial aid options now at sams.adhe.edu.
Don't miss the return of Nighthawk Athletics this fall at National Park College in Hot Springs. With baseball, softball, cross-country, men and women's basketball, and newly added men and women's soccer, Nighthawk Nation has something for every sports fan in the Spa City. Cheer on the Nighthawks this season as NPC competes for an NJCAA Region 2 championship and continues to make sports history here in Hot Springs. For more information, visit np.edu/athletics. Get 'em Hawks!
You're listening to a public service announcement from the Arkansas Attorney General. Parents, would you let your child get in a car with someone you don't know or spend the night with a stranger? If you don't know who your children are texting and gaming with on their phones, you could be allowing dangerous people into your home and their bedrooms. Be informed, and together let's protect our kids. Let your Attorney General do the fighting for you. Call 800-482-8982 or visit arkansasag.gov.
All right, we're moving on to Class 3A now and looking at the rankings. The top 5 stay the same as a week ago. Number 1 is unbeaten Prescott, followed by Boonville at number 2. Then Risen, another unbeaten team after a thrilling last-second win at Fordyce. Charleston is 4th, then Melbourne at number 5. Hoxie is up 1 spot to number 6. Centerpoint up 2 to number 7. Centerpoint also unbeaten. Newport jumps 2 spots to number 8. Glen Rose is up 2 and back into the top 10 at number 9. Lavaca tumbles 4 spots after losing in the final seconds at Greenland. Let's run through the picks and start in the northwest part of the state with the 1-3A conference. Number 4 Charleston at number 2 Boonville. This is a big one. Hootens.com likes Boonville at home. Greenland at home is a favorite over Cedarville. Hootens.com is going with number 10 Lavaca at Mansfield and West Fork at home over Hackett. In the 2-3A now, number 5 Melbourne, an unbeaten team at 7-0, welcomes number 8 Newport. This will decide the conference championship. Hootens.com likes the Bearcats to stay unbeaten. Yellville Summit is the favorite at home over Atkins, and Quitman is a road pick at Perryville. In the 3-3A, Hootens.com is going with Corning at home over Palestine Wheatley. Osceola welcoming Walnut Ridge, and the Seminoles are the pick in a close game there, and Hoxie gets an odd at home over Manila. Let's turn to Barry. What do you think about those picks?
Charleston and Boonville, just 16 miles separate these two teams. It'll decide the 1-3A championship. For Boonville, you've got Dax Goff and Trace Hall. Those two guys have combined for over 1,700 yards rushing this fall. Charleston will need a big defensive effort from Riley Carroll and Hunter Little to slow down Boonville's running attack.
All right, let's finish out 3A now. In the 4-3A, could be a blowout here as number 9 Glen Rose is a big favorite at Two Rivers. Center Point at home, a favorite over Harris. Hootens.com gives Magnet Cove the edge at home over Jesseville. In the 5-3A, Gurdon is the favorite at home over Horatio. Smackover at Prescott. Hootens.com going with the Curly Wolves. And Junction City welcomes Hampton out of Class 2A. This is a sign of how bad it's going for Junction this year. Hampton is the pick in that game. In the 6-3A, third-ranked Risen, a favorite over Lake Village. Barton, the pick at Dollaway. And Camden Harmony Grove is a favorite over Fordyce. We'll close out 11-man football by running down the rankings and the picks in Class 2A. Hazen is the top team on Hootens.com in 2A and has been our number 1 team all year. Mount Ida moves up 1 spot to number 2, then Bigelow following in line up 1 to number 3, and Carlisle also moving up 1 to number 4. The Bison are unbeaten and have a showdown with Hazen looming in 2 weeks. Derricks moves up 1 spot to number 5. EPC drops 4 to number 6 after losing to Earl. Then you have Mark Tree at 7, Clarendon at 8, Conway Christian at number 9, and Poen rounding out the top 10. Let's look at the picks for Class 2A. In the 1-2A, number 3, Bigelow, welcoming Johnson County Westside. Bigelow a big favorite in that one. Number 10, Conway Christian is the pick at Mountainburg. Hootens.com going with Hector at Magazine. In the 2-2A, favorites are Desark at home over Cross County. East Poinsett County welcoming Mariana, and Earl, the favorite, traveling to McCrory. In the 3AA, number 10 Poen welcoming 5th-ranked Derricks, and it should be a close one. The Poen Indians get the nod. Number 2 Mount Ida, a favorite at home over Mineral Springs, and also in the 3AA, Murfreesboro, a home pick over the Foreman Gators. Now to the 4-2A. You've got Baptist Prep welcoming number 4 Carlisle. Hootens.com going with the number 4 Bison. Big favorites in that one. Hazen at home is the pick over Episcopal, and Hootens.com favors England at home over Bearden. Barry, I'm sure a few of those games stand out to you.
Clarendon at Mark Tree is going to go a long way to deciding playoff seedings out of the 2-2A. Mark Tree last week handled McCrory, while Clarendon rides a 3-game win streak. This should be a good one.
Thanks, Barry. We'll close it out by running down 8-man football, the top 5 in the AA sanctioned classification of 8-man. Look the same as a week ago. Number 1, Mountain Pine. 2 is Spring Hill, then 3, Woodlawn, 4, Brinkley, and 5, Izard County Consolidated. The top 5 among the club teams are also the same as a week ago. Mountain View is number 1 after beating second-ranked Fountain Lake by 3 points. However, the Cobras remain at number 2. Genoa Central is 3, followed by Subiaco Academy and Cedar Ridge. Last week, we got all the 8-man correct, 100%. This week's picks go like this. Rector welcoming Midland. Rector playing its 3rd game in 7 days after defeating Brinkley 38-34 Monday night. And Hootens.com likes Rector in the Friday night game. Number 1, Mountain Pine is a favorite at number 3, Woodlawn. Rosebud traveling to Marshall. Hootens.com likes Marshall in that one. Number 5, Izard County Consolidated, a favorite at Augusta. Number 2, Spring Hill, the pick at Strong. Parker's Chapel goes out of state to visit Hillcrest of Mississippi, and Hootens.com likes Hillcrest to defend its home turf there. Fountain Lake is a favorite at Cutter Morning Star. Subiaco Academy the pick at home over Genoa Central. And Hootens.com gives the nod to Mountain View over Cedar Ridge.
All right, David, getting me ready for some football. I'm Chad Hooten of Hooten's Arkansas Football for America's Car-Mart. Did you know, just like this America's Car-Mart football report is on more than 20 stations around the state, Car-Mart serves over 20 communities in Arkansas. They're a different kind of car dealership. Their commitment to service and excellence is second to none. And when you buy from Car-Mart, they do everything they can to get you into a quality used vehicle and keep you on the road until payoff. They offer shorter contracts, lower interest rates, and low down payments, a flexible payment plan. Car-Mart will work for you. Check out some of their vehicles online or start your buying experience at car-mart.com. It's America's Car-Mart. And coming up next, more of the America's Car-Mart Football Report. Friday night football sometimes means Friday night injury. For the fourth season in a row, the Arkansas children's team is available to get your athletes the immediate treatment they need. From pulled hamstrings to torn ACLs, sports medicine specialists and orthopedic surgeons are available from 10 to midnight at the Arkansas Children's Hospital Friday Night Sports Injury Clinic. All through the regular season, Arkansas Children's Hospital Friday Night Sports Injury Clinic. No appointment necessary.
Hey students, the road of life has many different paths for you to travel on the way to your future. No matter what career you want in life, Arkansas colleges and universities have programs designed to fit your needs. Not only that, but the Arkansas Division of Higher Education also has several financial aid options available to help advance your education with various certificate options, as well as short and long-term college degrees. Visit our website at sams.adhe.edu to learn more about how our funds can help you start your career strong in the high-demand job of your dreams.
But time to hit the showers. That'll do it for another America's Car-Mart Football Report. Remember, you can check Hootens.com throughout game night for a constantly updated scoreboard powered by First Security. Then come back throughout the week for features such as the Arkansas Air Guard's Top Gun Award. This week going to Greenwood QB Hunter Houston. Also, we'll have a feature on the First Community Bank Scholar Athlete of the Week, and that honor goes to Wynn offensive lineman Buck McBride, a two-time All-Conference performer for the Yellow Jackets. For Barry and for executive producer Thomas Thrash and producer and audio engineer Spencer Templeton, I'm David Wallace. We'll see you on the next America's Car-Mart Football Report.
You're listening to a public service announcement from the Arkansas Attorney General. Every day, we are flooded with robocalls from criminals who change their caller ID to look like local numbers, claiming to be a grandchild in jail, the IRS, or maybe it's just Rachel from Card Services. Don't let someone you know fall prey to these scams. Together, let's stop these illegal calls. Let your Attorney General do the fighting for you. Call 800-482-8982 or visit arkansasag.gov.